Boker Tov, Shalom, Ani Charisma, Naim Meod, Manishma. Good morning, hello, I am Charisma. How are you? You may wonder about what I'm actually saying or what kind of language I am using. But before that, let me all welcome you in our daily podcast. This is your speaker, Charisma Granada de la Torre. A blessed morning to each and every one out there. Today, we bring you the 10 traditions and customs of Israel that only Israelis can understand. Israel fought a series of wars against neighboring Arab states during the next 35 years. Despite continuing tensions, Israel concluded peace treaties with the several neighboring Arab states. So here, we present to you 10 facts about Israel. First is, we have the hot water, small glass. At some people, we can consider this praise as an ordinary praise, but for Israeli, it means everything to them. They will know if you are one of them if you have your own rules in making proper black coffee. Second is, riding your bike on Yom Kippur. We as a Filipino, we don't know what they mean with this, but Israeli has treasured this because it only happens once a year. Yom Kippur is the Day of Atonement in the Jewish religion. Third is, we have standing during the memorial sermons. On Memorial Day and Holocaust Remembrance Day, Israel remembers those who have died with a national sermon. And during this time, Israelis collectively bow their heads. Fourth is the writing a big fat check at your BFF's wedding. It's a little bit funny for some people, especially if they don't know these traditions of Israel. One of the precious Israeli traditions involved writing big fat check to the person you love at their wedding. Israel shifted from gifts to straight cash and checks. Fifth is, we have the rising of the volume on your radio to hear news every hour. In some places, these are normal to raise the volume of your radio, especially if it's important news. But for some, it's a disturbance for your neighborhood, that's why it's forbidden sometimes. Now, do you want more? It's really interesting, right? Knowing these things make us love Israel people and their traditions. Next up is, we have the sixth, and it is that everything is closed on the Saturday and the magic of Sabbath. Israeli people internalize that everything is closed on Saturday and the magic of Sabbath. For some people, they consider Sunday as the rest day. Now we are down to the last three very interesting traditions and customs that only Israeli knows. Seventh is the mat caught at the beach. Having some time at the beach with families are very natural for some people. They even have time to have this vacation with their family, even with their busy schedules. Israeli beach time is more interesting and enjoyable because of matkot. Matkot is a form of tableless ping pong with no point and no purpose. To some, the sound they make is music, and to others, it's hell. Eighth is the flying to India during Israel's Ram Springa. After completing their mandatory army service, most Jewish Israelis fly abroad to find themselves. Usually in India or South America, it's the closest thing Israelis have to the infamous Amish Ram Springa. 9. The second to the last, we have the having an in-depth conversation with a waiter about food. For some people of Israel, your waiter is your friend, your enemy, your lover, but most of all, your culinary strength. And now we are done with the last traditions that Israeli people only understand. The clapping when El Al flights land in Israel. For some reason, Israelis clap when their plane safely lands. especially on El Al flights and especially when they land in Israel. Lost on landing is more common occurrence and certain airlines too. And that is the 10 traditions and customs that only Israelis can understand. And as we end this, I hope you enjoyed our podcast for this morning and learned something from it. Hope to see you next time. Thank you and have a good day. Lahit Siraat. Bye!